I always liked making art. I've always liked making art my whole life. For a variety of different reasons, a variety of different mediums. I've always been drawing, pen and ink, things like that have been my primaries, which got me into tattooing. I've been tattooing for about 17 years now. Probably 15 of those years I've also been doing leather work, making armor and things like that. I make knives sometimes, everything but the steel work, which is kind of cool because I get to collaborate with a variety of different blacksmiths who will, kind of brainstorm things together. They'll do the steel work, hand the piece over to me, I do the finish work, do the wood, do the leather, things like that. I do like doing traditional Scandinavian-inspired, like Viking feeling artwork that's related to Norse culture, Norse mythology, the old stories, Odin and Thor, and that definitely started again with my grandmother, my Scandinavian heritage. It was something I kind of grew up with. It was a strong influence on my life. So I've always kind of had that in me, and that type of artwork always attracted me because it meant something to me, and there's been a very large resurgence in that in the last 10-15 years, with people kind of getting in touch with their roots and wanting to express that via tattoos and other medium. And that's done well for me because, people have looked to me for that kind of artwork because I understand it. You can go to any tattoo artist and say, hey, I want this, and show them a picture or something, and yeah, can they do it? Sure. Are they going to understand what they're doing? Are they going to know what certain symbols mean, how certain runes are read, things like that? Not necessarily. So, they're coming to me for that specific reason because I understand that, and also because I can create things from scratch. It's one thing to take, a 1,000-year-old design and just kind of reprint it. Another thing to take the mood and the feeling of that design and make it your own and kind of adapt it to something and still keep that old world feel and have something new going on with it as well. So that's yours specifically. All the shading is basically made up of literally little dots. And this kind of work can be done with in traditional tattoo lines, or you've done hand poke lines where you're specifically just making those lines with dots. And it's kind of a pseudo-traditional way to do it, tattooing without machines. This primarily was done by my buddy Andrew, who is one of the artists that works here in my studio. And a lot of it's my own design, but I had him executed because I am not left-handed. So again, a lot of it, this is also very representative of the stuff that I do. As far as tattooing, the industry is rapidly growing. As far as how much of an impact I'm making on that, I really can't say. I don't know. I just do it. I enjoy doing it. Leatherworking is a little bit different. That, to a degree, is a dying art. Not a lot of people that do that, and there's even fewer people that do it well. I look all over Etsy and things like that, and I see people doing leather, and there's a couple really, really talented guys out there, and there's a lot of garbage out there. It really is. But again, nobody's really taught that. It's very hard to find somebody to teach you like the really proper old school way of doing that. So my uncle Ben, he was a real known leather artisan from Sweden, and he kind of took me under his wing when I was younger and taught me how to do it, and he just recognized the art in me anyway, and he says, well, you can do this because you can do this, you can tattoo so well, so I know you can do this leather. And he pushed me, and I enjoyed doing it and just learned more and more and more. And the stuff that he does is a little bit different, so I've kind of taken my own path with it, but I always revert back to him, because I'll still ask him questions like, how do I do this, or how do I do that, because he's just, He is absolutely the master at it. Once a year I do this festival in Iceland. It's a Viking festival, reenactors, things like that. And it's every June, and it falls around their Independence Day, which is 17 June. And for 6 weeks before that, I dramatically cut back on my tattooing and really focus on that leather work. And I'll be there all hours at night, just hammering away at it and making stuff and trying to come up with new ideas and trying to keep a lot of my standard material alive too. And it's a good way to kind of just keep your mind fresh, and you change that medium up every once in a while and just do different things. If everything you do was exactly the same and it was easy, like, okay, everything I do is the same thing, okay, you're not really going to grow from that. You might be really good at that, but you're not going to grow. And when you have these challenges, that's what's going to make you grow.
You managed to make these almost untattooable images tattooable, because that's kind of part of his brilliance. He takes the impossible and makes it awesome. So that's what we're going to be working on a little bit today.
Tattooing is different because you also, it's unlike any other art form in that your canvas is alive, and canvas is going to change. You have to kind of compensate for things. Whereas if you're, marking a pen on paper or a brush on a canvas, it's going to stay that way, unless you light it on fire or drive over with your car. It's going to stay exactly like that. Whereas if you put ink in skin, you have to then turn that artwork over to your client and trust them to take care of it, which sometimes works out wonderfully and sometimes it's not. I can enjoy every day of my life and do it, and I think that is more valuable than anything else. Like, I'm probably never going to be a millionaire doing this, but my quality of life is better because I enjoy what I'm doing, because I work when I want to work, because I make my own hours, because I can travel. I can take my job and go anywhere I want to. I can go around the world, and as long as there's somebody there that will appreciate what I'm doing, I can do it there.